Heyo,
Oh, hi Nili. There you are.
you're in a good mood.
Hmm?
You're in a good mood.
Yes, I am. And how about you?
A friend of mine was here today,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Man, I watched those Twitch streams, and those people they play computer games and on real PCs." And I was like, "Okay, yeah." And then I showed him like, "Okay, here, this is like how it works with a PC and two screens." Now
Mm-hmm.
he obviously I still have a lot of PCs and screens over, so I gave everything to him, and now we FaceTime 3 times,
Okay.
trying to set stuff up. Like, where do the cables go, and why is the resolution so weird? And he's like a grown man in his mid-20s. I'm not really sure why this is still happening.
What? Did he live behind the moon, maybe?
Something like that.
But you helped him putting up his setup, basically.
Yeah. All looks good now.
Okay, that's very nice of you.
Yeah, he only needs to get internet now.
Hopefully, he will not pick Vodafone. Sorry. Yeah, Nili, I'm very happy and very proud and very nervous to have you in my stream today. So, welcome again at this point, and I'm very much looking forward to casting our quarterfinal, the last quarterfinal match, together with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's Milian against Nectarie.
Yes, exactly.
Can you tell me something about those two players?
So we can maybe have a look together at their AOE zone profiles. AOE 2.net, I mean. So as you know, the preliminary Voraussetzungen, requirements, yeah, were to be below 1,100 elo with at least 20 ranked games.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely are below 1,100. Well, at least they were when they signed up. Some people already played ranked games during the course of the tourney and improved so much that they are already below, above 1,100.
Okay.
So we can have a look at them. Let me check. So this should be Nectarie. Maybe I can show you. And also I have to say that all those players, they practice a lot. So they're really during the course of the tourney. The good thing is that they're all similar elo, you know. So they found each other on the Discord and have the perfect partners to practice with, because they're all pretty much the same range of elo. And all the people that are now left are really close to 1,100. So I think when we announced the tourney, it was somewhere end of April, beginning of May. So he was really close to 1,100 already. And now during the last couple of weeks, you can see he already exceeded 1,100. So I think it will be very interesting. Let's see if we can find Milian. Is that Milian? I don't know, he's not in chat anymore, I guess now, because they are playing the game. But yeah, let me see. It's the same here, basically. I think it will be a very face-to-face match, and it will be very exciting. I cannot tell you more about the character or the person of the of the participants. They're nice.
Okay, they're nice.
Yes,
okay,
they're very nice.
Okay.
They're also
That's obviously sweet, right? I'm obviously mainly focused on like the top 1% of the 1% of HM two players, and therefore don't get to see that much of the average Joe playing as well. So that's going to be interesting, especially if they are like very close, probably never played in front of that many people as well.
Yes.
Do you think they will be nervous?
Of course. So all our players are super nervous in this tourney. They always, when we're in the interview, sometimes after the matches, they're really like, "Oh my god, I was so nervous and I was shivering and I need a beer now." It's really cute. Everyone is so hyped, and so many people are casting also their games. Some people just started streaming and casting. Like they were building their own little community and practicing together, casting, streaming their games, and it's really cute, really lovely.
Yeah, and I think that's something we don't really talk about when it comes to the top players. They are nervous as well, but they're like viewed as these immortal machines winning tournaments and such.
Yeah.
But it's like competing on your highest potential level is actually not that easy.
That's true. I can imagine that. So I found, by the way, I found the game. It is called ABCD Round 8, but I'm sure we can get the game ID once they are starting. They are still in the lobby browser. I will switch my scene now to the game scene and the view.
Disturbing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, people want to see everything of the game and not my face in front of it. So we're serious here, you know? Serious casters. Okay. Serious
Okay. Didn't know what I signed up for, apparently.
A very serious casting. Top notch. Just kidding. But yeah.
Okay, what are the settings?
So, you mean like the rules of the tourney? What's allowed and what's not allowed?
Best of 3. We will play Arabia.
Yes, best of 3. First game will always be Arabia, and the second game will be the home map of the loser, and the third game then the home map of the loser again, in case it will come to a third game.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, and just a very short note to the chat. I'm sorry if I cannot talk to you that much now. I'm focusing on Nili and on our game, so I will not be able to read out everything you guys are writing here because I really need all my concentration on this. Also, I'm a very bad multitasker.
Okay, but you still listen to me, right?
I am listening to you, yes. I can
then I have a question.
You. Yes?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. And how are you? Was that a joke that I didn't get?
Yeah, I was just reading the chat. That's okay.
It was worth a try. Did someone in chat understand the joke? What was that a multitasking question?
No, it was just like you say, okay, I won't read anything from chat, but I will listen to Nili, and then I'm trying to read something from chat.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's Nili, man. Yeah, that's the typical reaction after my jokes. Like, was that a joke? Did you just try to be funny? Did anyone in chat get that? And chat is completely silent.
Chat says nothing. Well, Wildy says he's in tears. He loved this new humor. So you're not alone, Nili.
Okay. I'm in tears as well.
Popcorn out, Nili is in top form. Oh yes, that's the spirit. Okay. Tato's here too. Oh yeah. So much pressure. Okay, I think we cannot spectate yet. They're still in the lobby browser.
In the lobby. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to be in the lobby as well, trying to refresh, and once I can't find it, you will obviously find it.
That's a funny thing because Debbie already texted me in beforehand, like, I'm very curious about you guys casting together and if you understand Nili's humor, and because it's very special.
0 out of 1 so far.
The first one I didn't get. Maybe the next one. You can give it a second try, Nili.
Okay.
Nili humor, low legend. Oh. Yeah, but so will this casting be very different for you then today? As you are used to casting mostly higher elo games?
Yeah, like there will be a lot of changes, right? First of all, like me not streaming my view, like people can't see what I'm actually seeing.
Yeah.
It's a bit different for me. Then obviously players will be a bit different, and like the viewer base will be a bit different, right? Normally I cast in front of like hardcore Age of Empires fans that get annoyed. Yeah, everyone knows that Burmese doesn't have the second defense upgrade nearly. You don't have to say that.
Oh. Okay. No, I think my normal viewer base is more also lower elo, I would say. They don't know that. So everything you will say that's a good thing about this, everything you will say will be even more like, oh, look at this guy, he knows so much and he's such a pro. Easy life. It would be cool. Still not. I can still not find it.
Yeah, they did rehost. Maybe they had a launch bug or something.
No idea.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe one of my mods. I'm pretty sure that Regi is checking out if the game ID is already ready for
I probably won't need it if you're thinking about me. No.
Okay. Yeah, you never know. Sometimes stuff happens.
Okay, what's the thing about Age of Empires you learned most recently? Like something like, how did I play without knowing that?
Oof, let me think for a minute. The last thing that I learned, how did I play without knowing that? So, what I am not very familiar with yet is playing on water maps. So I didn't play many water maps yet, and what I didn't know, what seems to be so essential, and I really noted that, like German saying hinter die Ohren schreiben, noted that behind my ears. It probably does not exist in any other language, but that was really something that was so branded into my brain. Is that you put your dock first before you put a mill. I didn't know that. It's something so basic, it seems, for those water maps in most cases. But I didn't know it. I would never get the idea from myself to do that. Of course, the fishing ships are way more efficient and all this, but I just would not have thought of that. So that really changed my view on water maps and how that works.
But your fast castle might have been a bit easier then, right? If you're already on berries. So if you don't lose water too quickly, compared to the other guy that's like not being on berries and taking some time.
Could be. Depends maybe what your strategy is, right?
Game is up, at least for me. So spec delay is starting. That's a long spec delay. Serious tournament mode on here. Hello.
5 minutes. It should be 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
Exactly. That's a real tournament. Hey, our people are super motivated. But it was also, Nili, I have to say, it was not easy, because with the normal tourneys where you have like no elo cap, people cannot do fake stuff, you know? So you cannot fake that you're playing better. You know what I mean? Because for us, we had to really check all the players that signed up in the beginning for the 64 places, if the accounts fit our criteria in not exceeding the elo and having enough rank games. Because sometimes people, there were actually people that had ranked games starting when the tourney was already announced. And that's the very, very dangerous part, because people can just make a new account and start playing some bad ranked games and then join the tourney, and they are smurfs. Exactly. And I think this is not as dangerous when you have the high elo tourneys, because you cannot fake the high elo, right?
Yeah.
So that was tough for us. We might also have excluded someone who is not a smurf, because it was just too risky to take him into the tourney.
Yeah, I know that. That's what happens a lot, and with seeding it's so tricky. And in your case now, yeah, it's like to protect the tournament, you might have to exclude someone, but most of the time, if you unrightfully exclude someone, they will message you and will contact you, and then you can clear up stuff. If they didn't contact you, it was probably a justified ban.
So in the most, I don't know, in the most, it sounds like we had many cases. We did not have many cases, but I think 1 or 2 cases, and people were just mad at us.
Okay.
It was not easy. We also had some, it's not a problem, but some bad mood at us. We're like, oh no, we don't want anything bad to happen, but we just have to make sure that we have the appropriate accounts here in this tourney. Yeah.
It is not easy, right? The rating system isn't that transparent for us. And interesting that you're having a 5-minute spec delay here. We're hosting $20,000 tournaments completely live. Everyone can spec cheat, but ABCD apparently taking it seriously here.
But listen, Nili, because your players cannot have so many backseat support. If our players would have someone in chat saying something, or us maybe saying something at the same time, they could just listen to our talking and then do what we are saying.
Oh, okay.
And that would then look completely different. And in order to prohibit that, we have this huge spec delay. What's the highest ELO ever achieved? Is the question from Olive.
Is that a question for like the participants in this one?
No,
or...
I think in general.
And I think it should be like 2.3k by MBL on AU2DE, something like that. The ranking at the moment, he is at 2,312.
Wow.
And his highest was 2,332.
Okay, that's really high.
Some games. Yeah.
That's really high. You got a lot of a long way to go, Olive. I've got a goal, she says. 2,800 from Tato in HD. Okay.
That's a different rating system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Human. And we are getting so much appreciation and so many kind words from people watching and participating at this tournament. Is really cute.
Yeah, sweet. How? Okay, microphone is weird. Maybe I'll plug it out and plug it in again shortly before we jump into.
For me, it sounds fine. Okay, guys, it's getting started.
To professional caster intro.
Nili?
Yeah, you should do the professional caster intro.
Oh.
You're like the hype person, like saying, in the retrons, Milian. And I'm like there, oh, nice introduction. Now I'm hyped as well, and then I can go into depth of the strategies.
Okay, let's do it like this, because you're the pro here. So you show me in this match how the perfect introduction works, and then I'll do it for the second one.
Okay, that's interesting. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Nectarie versus Milian. ABCD round of 8, best of 3 coming your way in the red trunks in the right-hand side corner. Playing the Celt, it's Milian! Woo! Left-hand side corner, we see Nectarie playing the Ethiopians, a strong archer civilization. I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Artemis, what can we expect from those two players?
Applause, Nili, for the great introduction to this tourney and to this match. I hope we will see 3 very exciting matches. I could expect that we can see 3, as those 2 players are very, very head-to-head in their gameplay. So hopefully 3 matches. First of all, we'll have Arabia, because this is a standard to start with Arabia. And yeah, let's see how it will go. Maybe you can start with telling us something about the Sifs, as you're the more knowledgeable caster here.
Okay, so we're not doing pop quiz time. Like, I'm asking you, Celt, what were the team bonuses again? So we're not going to do that. Okay.
We're not going to do that. I could open the tech tree and then read it out if you want.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Celt, infantry moves faster.
Yeah.
Lumberjacks work faster as well. And what do I see with siege weapons there?
The siege weapons fire 20% faster.
Oh, isn't that great? Wouldn't it be lovely if they also had a siege team bonus that works for siege workshops as well?
But does that make any sense now? I mean, there is a team workshop, team bonus, but it does not make sense in 1v1, right?
It still works for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it works for everyone in your team, including yourself.
Okay, that means even if it's 1v1 and you don't have really a team, you are the team yourself.
Indeed.
Cool. Learned something new. Thanks for that, Nili. Alright, and the siege workshop worked 20% faster.
Yeah, so that seems like a lot of infantry, a lot of siege bony there. We don't have the best archers, lacking the last attack upgrade, and we don't have bloodlines, so our knight line isn't that strong. Maybe we'll take a quick look at the attack tree of Ethiopians.
Okay. The archers fire faster. You said already it is the archer civilization. They receive plus 100 gold and plus 100 food when they advance to the next age. Have a free pikeman upgrade. And they have more
Line of sight.
Line of sight, yes.
Yeah, so their outposts are a bit better indeed. So we're expecting archers from him, and then the big question is though, archers, how will they perform against siege? Normally not that great, so if you think about it, if both players are going for the strength of their civilization, I favor Milian's position.
Okay, so let's see whether Milian will make use of the siege in the appropriate way then. Okay, what can we see at the map? Maybe that's something that I could do quite okay-ish so far. As you know, I just started with casting right with this tourney, more or less. So this is really my first casting experiences. But I learned to maybe talk a little about the map. So I can start, and if there's something missing, you can edit maybe? Okay, so I'm looking at Nectarie's base now. He's having his main goal right in the back, which is very convenient for him. Regarding the wall ability, I would say it's not perfect. It can be difficult in Arabia, but I think it would be easier for Red in this case, the walling. Yeah, the berries are in the front, the main stone is in the front, and another gold patch is in the front. But there's another gold patch on the side and also another stone patch on the side. So regarding the stone and gold, it should be okay, I think. The wall ability is worse than for Red. And yeah?
If you only look at Nectarie's base and go into his fog of war and don't look at the minimap,
don't look at
it looks like he thinks his opponent is to the left hand side. Look at how he's walling, where he built his barrack. And the actual like side where the threat is coming from is completely open.
True. He's yeah, and also
he's scared of the deer there. Look at those 4 scary looking deer.
They're really scary. I don't know, he didn't scout all of his map until the very edge. Then he would just see that he could easily wall from the forest to the edge.
Yeah.
And then on the left, similar, yeah.
And left hand side, he even keeps a scout next to the edge of the map. I think he wants to scout outside there. A bit surprising, and now do you see the problem? Walls at the front didn't go up, now the militia coming in. Oh, what's in the scout? Nectarie!
Wait, what? What are you looking at? Oh, there's the militia. Oh no! You won in the scout, that's good, but... Oh my goodness! So it's going down already! So Milian sent one after another militia into Nectarie's base, which is unfortunately not walled in the front, but in the back, as Nili said already. Also the walling looks quite interesting, but yeah, it is not that easy to wall this. He's fighting the militia now with the villagers. Does he have loom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now get some houses up behind this, reaches feudal age, gets 100 extra food, 100 extra gold, as we mentioned earlier, and seems to be really walled, but Milian is looking to be walled behind this as well, and, well, with some rethinking of the walls as well.
Yeah, maybe could have just, yeah, used a little bit more the map for walling. I think it was interesting how he tried to wall out the militia. Maybe some walls would have been faster than the houses. But he defended. Did he lose a villager, Nili? Did you see it? He lost a villager?
I don't... Nectarie still has a scout and didn't have a barrack for quite some... or, like, the barrack didn't build anything, so I think it has to be a lost villager, yeah.
Okay. But he has a scout from Milian, so if we look at Milian, maybe he will not be able to scout much more now, as long as he is stuck. So now they're both in feudal age. God, this is starting exciting, dude. I didn't even talk about Milian's map yet.
Okay, then quickly go for it.
Yeah, let's see. I think, as I said earlier, it is easier to wall. Also, the gold is quite close to his TC. The stone is nice at the sides. Oh, the next fight is going on? No, it's just a scout. Okay. Yeah, the walling here looks interesting too. But that's what they have in common. So I think it's a quite head-to-head matchup. So let's see how that will go.
Milian behind, there's 3 villages ahead. Now Blacksmith is getting rushed out by Nectarie, and well, we did analyze the Celt before, and we did say infantry looks pretty strong and siege looks pretty strong. Milian playing the mind games and actually goes for scouts.
Okay. And let's see. The scout has to go all the way around as there is no gate in the front. So he has to go all around the base to get over to Nectarie, which will cost extra time. But I think he just built 1 scout, right? He's not building more.
Yeah, that's true. Now gets Loom here as well and Wheelbarrow. By the way, it seems like I'm 2-3 seconds ahead. Maybe you fast forward and then we are both at the live stage. Maybe Milian just wants to get the scout off, because at the moment, well, he saw the archer range. He knows he's against Ethiopians, but didn't actually see how Nectarie is playing this one.
That was why he's building another scout, so he can finish scouting the map. I don't know why Nectarie stopped scouting. So Nectarie didn't even find Milian yet. The scout is still standing there and looking at the deer, which are very scary. Facing the deer.
Did Milian delete too many walls next to a stable between the palisade wall there? I think the archers could get in there. That seems to be open.
It looks like it, but the scout went all the way around.
But yeah, he just deleted those walls.
He deleted them. Then it looks like it looks open to me.
Huh.
Let's see if Nectarie will send over his archers now. He has them all stacked up in his base at the moment.
Milian having reasonable resources to click up pretty soon, sitting on 600 food, 500 gold. We have Nectarie with way lower resources though. Still big production here. Would love to see some more farms added. And maybe with 16 villagers, thinking about a second lumber camp could be something on the menu as well.
So, Milian now clicked up to Castle Age. Maybe he really goes for the siege workshop then?
Look at those 2 red dots moving in the mini-map. Milian, he is up to no good. And, well, that's actually scouted by Nectarie. He wasn't active with the scout for so long. And now but did he actually see them?
That's
I don't think
so. If he has that map awareness. Probably difficult.
I don't think he saw it.
Yeah. But what are those 2 guys doing? I'm wondering.
I think they're waiting for a sneaky siege workshop.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That would
and
be
it's the hole at the front.
Here.
The scout got in there.
Was this the hole next to the stable? Or which?
Yeah, indeed.
Okay,
that's the one.
Then there's a hole. Now Milian should at least know, so it was a nice warning.
Don't go out, don't show the hole!
He
shows the hole, and now he can wall behind this!
That's so nice of Nectarie to show Milian where the hole was.
I don't want to win like this. Here is a hole. Let's play on an even serve.
I think it's something you don't really think about at this elo. Like, you just think, oh shit, I gotta get out of here with the scout again.
But why did he need to get out? He could have scouted everything.
Yeah, you never know. He was attacked by the TC. That can be quite scary. I'm talking like if I was at a higher elo. I'm not. So I would probably do the same. But I can understand. So if you wonder why maybe someone is doing something at this elo, I can probably feel that and respond why.
And now Milian is sending his 2 villagers back and forth again. Okay, now build the siege workshop at the front.
Okay, because he just started building something and then stopped again. Okay, he really went for that forward siege workshop. Good job, Nili. You knew it.
Seems like he knows the strengths of his civilization after all. Goes for some knights. Chat is thinking if that was auto scout. I don't really think so. Archer's finding a kill.
But he did not see the two villagers building the siege workshop right next to the base.
Yeah. Oh, and a monastery as well. And oh, I see problems. And we did mention it earlier. Celts, you produce your mangonels faster and they shoot faster. That's really tricky to fight against with archers.
Building the mangonel, yeah. So let's see if he can, Nectarie can do some damage maybe with his huge archer army. Does he have the upgrades? Yeah.
He got fletching, Botkin obviously only for castle age, and oh god, that's going to be lots of losses. Trying to quick wall here, Milian, but that's going to be every single villager there.
Yeah, he cannot quick wall the archers there. Oh, and now they will all get, Will they get
nice
in?
houses though.
Yeah, nice. Saving the villagers. Not bad, Milian, not bad. Look at that, Nili.
Bought enough time for himself. The knights at the top walled off as well. Both players defending their bases quite nicely.
Wow! I'm really very impressed by our low elo players. I have to admit that. They've been training so hard and you can tell that they're learning new techniques and improving their gameplay like crazy.
The real task will be for Nectarie how to defend against the mangonel.
Yes.
Because that's what do you really have? Maybe some spearmen. Ooh, you surely can't send archers.
No. He's building a palisade gate again. But there's still a hole. No, it's not a hole. It's a stone in between. Now he's got to take all his villagers away from his wood. Building another TC. Interestingly, Milian did not lose many vills to Nectarie, but the vill count is better for Nectarie.
Yeah,
even though Milian was in Castle Age way earlier.
Yeah. I think it is wheelbarrow for Milian against Nectarie without wheelbarrow. Now the micro against the mangonels. Oh, that's going to be tricky.
Yeah, but he's going almost only on archers so far.
Goblins doing reasonable damage as well, and now that's what I said. Pikemen can maybe take care of those mangonels. Yeah. Archers though in danger. Big shot.
Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. Lost another couple ones. Also, good with the pikemen against the knights. He defended so far.
Indeed, he did. Milian out with another mangonel though, gets another good shot downhill.
Yes, 3 more died. Lots of idle villagers, but I mean they're both busy fighting.
Yeah,
is he keeping the production up? I think now he's producing again some archers.
Yeah, and actually the thing is, we as casters. Oh, nice ground attack by Milian, killing the scout there. That was beautiful.
One-shotted.
Yeah, and what I want to say is that yeah, we as casters are obviously looking at the fight, but most of the times those fights are relatively even, right? Some mangonels killed, some knights killed, but trade off for a lot of crossbowmen. So most of the time the game is actually won behind the scenes and really seeing who keeps the eco up best behind this.
Yeah, that's true. So the villager count is still in favor of Nectarie. He almost has 10 more. Question is, will he be able to defend for a longer time against the constant attacking from Milian?
Maybe he tries to make defense happen now with mangonels of his own. Blacksmith should go down.
Yeah, he's
but
building
we have
a mangonel.
Botkin.
Seems like that's what he's trying actually.
More night production, more villagers here for Milian as well. The problem is he sits on 1 TC because he was forced to build the defensive tower. Maybe buying some stone to get some more TCs up could be an option for him.
True, he has a market. He has quite some gold. Depending on whether he will build even more mangonels. Oh! 1 for 1. Knights are getting some villagers.
Conversion, some more repair on the mangonel. Seems like 2 are surviving. Ooh, killed pikemen and archers at the front trying to get some kills against the monks. Seems like the repair on the mangonel is not on time.
Okay. Oh, this is so. It must be. It costs so much focus of the players to have this fight, I think. So it really is important now who will be able to keep the eco running better. So how many TCs does Yellow have? He has 3 TCs. And he's constantly producing villagers. That's already a very good thing. So that's why his villager lead is already 10 villagers. Towards Nectarie.
Yeah, it's still against
Milian.
1 TC. And Nectarie, look at his eco.
Yeah.
Are the villagers there? Now he bought 100 stone to build the TC next to the spot that he wanted to build earlier, but still the mangonel dead's at the front.
So it's really fascinating because for Nectarie, he is really taking care of the steps of his archers a lot. Like, he's managing the fights, but at the same time is not keeping his eco idle. So props, in my opinion, that's really props to Nectarie for managing all this at the same time. I think that's already pretty advanced for our elo.
Yeah. Like macro is clearly higher than your average 1100 player.
Yeah.
That is like really good.
One
Keeps
for
on
one.
trading in a spot that isn't easy because, well, Cal should trade better. And the big question now is, well, we have enough stone for a castle. Where should he build it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe he can claim back that spot now that Milian was taking with the siege workshop. Or put some pressure now towards Milian. What would you do, Nili, if you were Nectarie? Where would you build the castle?
Feels like he's holding well enough at the back, so the counterattack is an option. But the thing is, he could know, okay, my score is so good. Just holding means my economy will be better and I'm guaranteed to win the game. So actually a defensive castle might be the safe approach.
And that's what he's doing. He also got the other mangonel. Really good job here. Yellow could make an aggressive castle, says Golgoy.
Yeah, he could, but, well, the thing is, like, you don't want to, like, find a way to instantly end the game. You want to find a way to increase your winning chances.
Okay.
And his economy behind this is so good that just if the game goes longer, he is in the better spot. So holding is actually the more important key than actual winning.
Okay. So now he is even more safe with the castle in the back. He can maybe start now getting down those buildings. Regarding the score, Nectarie is getting quite a bit ahead now towards Milian. What is missing from Milian at the moment?
It's honestly the macro. Look at that, so many idle villagers over and over again. Now he is seeding a lot of farms, but the second TC was super late as well. I think that's like scout number 5 sent there without getting too many kills. Another mangonel lost. Just feels like the macro is better for Nectarie. Look at the next scout. That's like such a repeated story. Okay, now he saves one.
Like maybe there is a gather point and they all just run there and die one by one.
Okay, does it seem like Nectarie is now not producing any more villagers? Maybe it thinks about imping here. Sits on 700 food, 900 gold.
Okay. He still needs a little bit more. It's coming close. That would probably save him. Yeah, he's Imperial. Looking up to Imperial now. I think he's safe now. That could decide the game for him. Because Nectarie, Milian is still far away from him.
Yeah, and now he builds another defensive castle there, so really felt the heat coming from that area. And let's take a look. We still have one mangonel, 2 mangonels now. Could get some connections.
first is gone. He's saving his villagers. And the second is done. Oh.
The perfect defense here.
Yeah.
Doesn't lose a single unit, kills two mangonels in a spot where other people could have lost their two mangonels, lots of villagers, crossbows, kind of in a scary position behind us as well.
That did cost Red a lot.
But he's thinking about imping as well now. Has reasonable resources, could build a castle. Is heavily on stone, so that seems to be part of the plan here. And indeed builds a castle at a hill in front of his base.
Okay. Maybe he's scared to get an attack, a counter attack, as his aggressive area is now taken over by Nectarie. Or cleared by Nectarie.
Builds another monk there. Probably wants to save the relic if he can somehow sneak it away. 4 relics still untaken here. Villager difference actually not that big anymore. Nectarie, after clicking up to him, just completely ignored all production.
So normally I would say don't stop the villager production until, like, I don't know.
Oh, look at Milian's monastery. He's actually sneaking that relic away. That's so funny.
But the archers are coming for the monk. No. Oh, he saw it. Well seen by Nectarie, and he killed the monk.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a nice try though. A good thought there from Milian.
Builds another castle, builds another TC. Milian needs to prolong this game.
Yeah.
This is a tricky spot. And Nectarie, he has such a strong army. Military count at the moment 36-1. He just needs traps and could finish the game within the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering if he's building traps now, then he could take down just everything. And I think he would be able to defend them with his huge army. I mean, the military count is 1 towards 36, so that would be a perfect timing to get the traps and then smash everything down. I think he's producing them now.
Yeah, good choice there, but still, no villagers for quite some time. Didn't we have like 88 to 65?
Yes.
And now it's only 7 villager difference.
Yes.
Milian got a chance here.
Let's see! We want something more excitement! He's waiting for him. Yeah, I mean, he's researching it. So let's see if he can catch up and defend until he's imp himself. Because the attack is coming out now.
I think he's making a tech switch into skirmishes now, which, if you look at your list of counters, is a viable thing against Arbalest, but you're lacking the last attack upgrades, so your skirmishes aren't great. And I think Celts simply have to rely on siege. So I would have liked to see him try to get onto Onager and then get the big connections against Nectarie.
Okay. Okay, that's a good advice. So in case, I think our players, they all watch the VODs afterwards. That would be a good advice also. How you would react it in the different situations and what you would have built.
Post it down below in the comments.
Post it down in the comments. Wait, is this gonna be a YouTube?
Oh, no,
video?
not YouTube. Okay, sorry.
We can do it. Shouldn't he go full honor guard? Yeah, I think Cheslong is also in my chat at the moment, and he will play the match tomorrow, Nili. He's in the semi-final already. And I think he would have done what you just suggested and go for the honor guards at the moment.
Is he playing against the winner of those two?
No, he is playing against Cherryman. So the winner of those two will play in the match that Debbie and Slam will cast in the evening.
Ah, okay.
So he will play against Nigo.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, he's trying to repair the castle against the 2 traps.
Well, you can do that with 11 villagers. Arbalest taking some losses. If you have enough stone though, but Milian completely out of it now.
Ah. The points differ quite a bit, yeah. And there is an aggressive castle coming now also from Nectarie right
Look in front of the castle at the boat raiders. They're bugging out. What is that dance?
I didn't see the dance. No. I didn't see. Oh, there it was. interesting. That would be a very good spot if you have some fancy music. Just to clip this or underline it with the music. With Raider Dance.
Okay, now continuing to push forward. Goes for votes, goes for some light care, but not with a lot of upgrades. Still would have loved to see the Onagers for the comeback, but has to call it GG.
There's the GG. Wow, okay. Milian was about to also produce traps. I mean, it is a very heavy push with four traps, so much army, no military so far, or not much, not enough from Milian. Would you have resigned at that point too? Nili?
I think it was over enough, yeah. Like, it's you're kind of praying for big Onager connections. I think I would have sent them out and prayed for a little, but the moment those two Mangonauts die, I'd probably resign as well, yeah.
Okay. Alright, GG to the players. GG Nectarie and GG Milian. I hope they're not in chat. Should focus on their games and not get distracted by people watching them. Yeah. Very exciting game. Very, very good idea. So if I would start and then maybe you can add your point of view, Nili. So I think it was a very good start from Milian to start out aggressive. Probably he knew that Nectarie is better at booming. I could assume because they know a lot about their opponents before they play against each other. They practice together. They can watch VODs and casting and comments from their opponents in beforehand. So maybe he knew that Nectarie is a little bit better at that. And so he tried to get the early aggression with the 3 militia, and then he had this very nice spot at the side and was harassing him really badly and keeping him busy. Unfortunately, it did not distract Nectarie enough to keep him away from booming, and then in the end he was able to turn the game towards his favor. So very well played from Nectarie here to not get distracted. As we said in the game, very good job with focusing on the defense, macroing the units and also the eco and everything at once. Very, very impressive. And then getting the turning and faster Imperial Age, and then that was the kill for Milian.
Yeah, I really liked how Nectarie boomed behind this, and yeah, Milian. I also like the Siege Workshop at the side. It just felt like he couldn't protect his Mangonauts well enough.
Yeah. Maybe he was sometimes not looking at the very moment, and then they simply died. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe some more Scorpions to protect them. Maybe some more Monks could have been an option. Because only trying to get like a snowballing army there with only 2 production facilities against a guy that's already sitting on 80 archers, or not 80, 30 archers, it's going to be tricky.
Yeah, that's true. And also what we said in the game, just to repeat it also and wrap it up, with the TCs, after Nectarie was able to keep Milian from building the 1 TC at the side, Milian did not build more TCs for a long time. And I think that was also a reason why Nectarie was able to boom faster, because he was able to produce villagers from 3 TCs constantly until Milian built the 2nd TC after such a long time.
And Milian, that was a very risky move. He didn't know where the archers were. He didn't have any army himself. And then moving out there to build the TC, he got punished for it.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at the statistics.
Okay.
And yeah, you can see some yourself. Better KD for Nectarie there. Got some buildings, and Milian in the end. 13 largest army against 52 only.
Yeah, but I also have to say props to Milian for getting his villager count up in the end. So in the end they were even. Unfortunately, then the game was over, but at least he was able to catch up, because Nectarie then at some point with around 80-ish villagers, he just suddenly stopped producing them, and Milian then catched up. So if you like you said, if you maybe would have been able to delay the game further, who knows how it would have.
Yeah. If we look at the technology as well, Milian was a solid over 3 minutes ahead in Castle Age. But his villagers walked back, then forward again. He just lost like 2 valuable minutes where he should have built the siege workshop, get the mangonel count up, and then the early first push is just so much more.
Yeah, yeah. True. Okay. Yeah, very good. Is there anything you would like to add or say to the players? I think we
Not really.
basically
Not really.
wrapped it up very nicely.
Yeah, well played by both.
GG. All right. I saw that Regi already posted the next game ID, so they are really getting into the next game right away. Did you see it in chat, Nili, or should I send it to you in the Discord?
I saw it.
You saw it. Perfect. Let's see. Are they still in the lobby browser? Okay, I cannot find it.
I can, but Spectator is still running, so we're not missing anything.
Okay, maybe I clicked too much refresh. I had this I had this already earlier, that when you click refresh button too often, then the game is crashing. No, let's try again. Oh, got it! Now I got it. Okay. So, nearly short time to catch a breath. Oh, it's only 1 minute. Only 1 minute to catch our breath. Nice first game. Yes, indeed, Brett. You're totally right. Yeah, so what do we have this time? So this map is the chosen map? I don't know. From Milian. We are seeing Ghost Lake. Ghost Lake and Milian with Tatars against Nectarie with Britons. Oh my goodness. I don't know anything about Ghost Lake, to be honest.
Okay. It is a bit of a clone of Arabia. The big difference is that in the center of the map, there will be a lot of ice that we can't build on. And therefore, the resources are more at the side of the map, and you can wall a bit easier. Big reason why you picked Tatars, there are a lot of extra sheep, and you know Tatar get more food on those.
Okay.
Professional caster intro from Artemis Plays.
Welcome everyone and good evening. It's time for our next match between the awesome Milian and Nectarie with my lovely co-caster Nili. So we'll have Milian in blue with the Tatars on the left side against Nectarie in yellow with the Britons. So let's see how this will go. I'm very excited to cast this match with you.
That's energetic, yeah. I think it would help if you put on the score as well. And yeah, you can already see...
Alright. Yes, go for it.
You can see if you look in the center of the map, indeed, a lot of ice there, a lot of extra sheep. And that's why you pick Britons. You can get those sheep so much faster. That's super sweet for you. You can decide, do I want to go for more food? Do I want to send a villager more on wood? And on the other side, Tatars, well, they simply get 150 food instead of 100.
Okay. Villagers gather plus 50% food from herdables. Okay. So both civs make sense here in the setting. So both civs are well suited, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Britons is probably considered to be the strongest civilization on this map because you can wall so easily. And Britons, well, you have faster working archer ranges and you get 1 extra range in Castle Age for your archers. That's going to be very nice. On the other side, Tatar, you pick those mainly for the extra food and for free thumping in Castle Age. Could give you a nice boost.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm looking forward to the second match. Here. Maybe a quick look at the map. So I would start with Milian with blue. He has pretty much everything in the front, I would say. So the stone is a little bit more in the corner in his back, but two gold spots and his main gold are quite exposed. A little stone patch in the front, and the berries are also a little bit more towards the front. But there's also a little gold spot in the back that maybe he can wall in easily. So let's
we'll see about that. Already starts his first walls as well. I think overall Milian has a pretty wallable map here. Also something we have to remember is that he wants to have hill control, because Tatars, their specialty is to get 25% more damage when hills are in play.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. So maybe Milian will know that too and make use of that. We'll see. Gotta keep that in mind. There are still two sheep in his bag that he didn't scout yet. Also, he didn't scout towards the edge of the map yet on his left, which could be very important and valuable information. Because sometimes there are holes in the end because people don't scout it to the end, to the edge. Okay, then maybe towards Nectarie, towards yellow. He's also starting to wall. I think his base is a little bit harder to wall. There is a quite open middle, I would say. Two stone and a gold patch are a little bit outside. So he walled them out already. Maybe it could be a nice spot for TC later. The other resources are all to the southwest, basically. Yeah, I think he can wall him in quite well. But when Milian is coming from the west, that would be an early spot to get. Oh, yeah, I don't know what more to say about that.
Yeah, Nectarie already starting the walls that I like a lot. He's walling the bottom, he already walled the right-hand side. Not a lot of protected wood for him, but berries will be safe, gold will be safe. He can sit on the hill behind his walls as well.
That's true.
I think that will be a nice small base. Something that we normally see from MBL. That's a pretty much MBL base.
Okay, why is that MBL base?
Because he's known to be like walling himself on the small area. If we look at Milian, he's going for the wild walls, tries to control a lot of area. But Nectarie, he's fine with what he got.
Would you say there's something is better than the other? To more keep it more wide and protect?
If you face a lot of archers, then having the bigger base makes a lot more sense, because now just think about it, if Milian has the advantage in archers, there's no way for Nectarie to get a safe wood line.
Yeah,
if you look at the other side, Milian could just go for the left-hand side and the back. But also, smaller walls equals, you will finish them earlier, it's easier to defend at the spots, and it simply is cheaper.
Mini MBL, he's MBL Junior. Chat says he's MBL Junior. Yeah. He's walling a little bit over this hill now, where he said that it could be easily protected. So there's not enough space for a bigger building like a castle or anything left. He might change that also later.
And Artie, I have bad news for you. Milian, he invested so much into walling, but there's still a hole at the left-hand side. It is not easy to spot. You see the two left houses at the left-hand side wall. The bottom house, between the palisades, there's a hole. And that's basically impossible to spot.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah, exactly. Where your cursor was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate when that happens. So what you do in this moment, that's also something I learned. You send a villager outside of your wall and see if he goes all the way around or if he goes through a hole. So that would have been something that Milian could have easily done in this moment. Okay, the game is paused and unpaused. Okay, very short pause.
Thing is, he couldn't do that at this point because, well, left-hand side was still open. But yeah, that's exactly the way to go. The moment you think, okay, now I'm fully walled, but I want to check, just do it this way.
Okay. Thank you, Golgoy. I'm getting props from my chat for my moderating today, for my casting. I'm so motivated with you, Nili.
Sweet. Tricky double archery range here from Nectarie. Built it very far away. Normally you see people building their archery ranges at the front, reinforces the walls, production is there, and I think that makes sense if he wants to hide a strategy, but double archery range from a Britain player, something you don't really need to hide.
Yeah, that's true. Probably people can guess that you will go archers when you're Britons. I was wondering why he's not putting it closer to his resources that he's using to his main gold spot, maybe. Also, what we have to add regarding the Fog of War, we can see that he did not find Milian yet, so he doesn't know if Milian is in the left corner or at the top. So, yeah. But I think maybe it would have made sense to put them a little bit closer to the resources. What do you think?
Yeah, I think more towards the front, try to create a natural wall would be on the better side here. And again, Nectarie, I would love to see a second lumber camp from him. Now it gets really inefficient with 16 villagers on one lumber camp.
That's true. And also the scouts are coming now with... So, Milian going for the scout rush.
Milian actually attacking the only palisade that won't get him access to the inside.
Oh my goodness, true. Oh, and therefore Nectarie had the time to make 2 spearmen. It was like Milian was knocking at the door. Hello, I'm coming now. If you want to make some spearmen, take your time. I will not get in anyways.
It's quite interesting. Nectarie didn't scout Milian at all, as you mentioned earlier, and still went for some spearmen even before seeing the first scouts.
Oh, really? He did not see the scout in the corner? Attacking the corner palisade?
No. And if so, it's only one scout. You don't really know that your opponent is going on to scouts, right?
True. Could have been the first scout.
Nectarie, he plays archers, but if he wants to think about Castle Age, floating 700 wood, I wouldn't mind to see like 10 farms drop now.
Yeah. Yeah, he was going for the sheep all the time and the berries, and maybe thought that was sufficient, but the eco balance... I don't know. Yeah, he wanted to go for the archers, right? So he thought maybe lots of wood and couple ones on gold.
Yeah. If you want to, like, now something for the future to learn, if you want to have 2 archer ranges producing, roughly 8 on gold, 10 on wood will be enough for you.
Okay. Gotta write that behind my ears now too.
Okay. Pen and paper is also an option, Artie.
Okay. I think my ears are not big enough anyways for all those information coming in. Do you hear it? Having my paper.
Yeah, I heard it. All good.
Yeah, gotta make use of the co-casting here. Very cool. Okay.
And you see, Milian already dropped plenty of farms here and is up on the way to Castle Age, even after building a reasonable amount of scouts.
Question is, what does he achieve with those scouts? Like, he invested a lot of food now in the scouts, but what are they actually doing?
Well, he gets a lot of vision, right? He sees a lot of the map. He knows when the army is moving out. He gets some map presence. He should get all the information. So at the moment, they're not really attacking, but the counterattack shouldn't really happen against you. But, well, the positioning wasn't that great there. He should have patrolled a bit more around, and those archers slipped out. And we still know about the hole. Well,
we still know about it. Let's see whether the archers will find it. So now Castle Age, 4 Milian, and like in the game before, Milian has a faster Castle Age. Nectarie did not click up yet and is really lacking the food. Maybe he will be overchopped soon also, and Milian waiting with his scouts are ready for that to happen.
And he has bloodlines, now goes for some cap archers. And well, if you want to be sneaky and hoping for the overchop, don't sit there and tell him.
I was like the wolf standing right in front of the sheep and being like, I'm coming for you, just do it. And now the archers have the time to come over and kill the scouts who are attacking the house. Oh no, knocking at the door again. Milian housed for a second.
He's sitting at pop 40, goes for cavalry archers. Remember, dumping for them. Very mobile to take some hill advantages. Already has bloodlines, but desperately needs those houses.
Yeah. That threw him quite a little bit. Also, let's have a look at the villager count, Nili. Look at that. Nectarie has 43 villagers. Like, now he has 10 more villagers than Milian.
Yeah, he's still a full age up away though, so that's a solid 6 villagers difference there. And not really sure about wheelbarrow. No wheelbarrow for Milian. But yeah, TC was working at all times. I like that. But look at that mass of archers now.
Yeah, so many archers from yellow. Wow. And is blue building a second TC? Not yet. He's missing the
Stone.
wood, I think, and some stone. Yeah.
Or he did build a second or a defensive tower, which was an interesting choice, right? He should have had the map control with the scouts. That's actually the thing. If you go for the scouts, you don't need the tower.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, we said earlier his gold is maybe quite exposed and right in the front, and he tried to protect that with the tower, but that was a stone investment that he has to catch up with now if he wants to build more TCs and boom from his castle age advantage, because now Nectarie is clicking castle age, and I assume he will build the TCs right away like last time.
Yeah, not unlikely. Britain's TC is cheaper as well, already heavily on stone as well. And now you see the problem that we mentioned earlier. Nectarie, his base is so small, and the CA now ranging over that. Lots of idols forced.
And he can force him away from the wood more or less all the time. At all places, basically. There's no way to get on wood for Nectarie, right? Without the Cav archers reaching the Viz.
Well, actually, crossbowman could then defend. Maybe defensive tower could have been an option as well. The thing is, though, Milian, he's already preparing an attack at the left-hand side. Has a sneaky siege workshop there.
A sneaky siege workshop again. Okay. What is he building from that siege workshop, though? Nothing yet.
That's the question. Nothing yet. And Mangonel could make a lot of sense. We did see some good connections in the game earlier. Now, the crossman should have one more range though and shouldn't really eat those shots anymore. First kill in the game for Milian here. He gets in with some scouts. Is a bit annoying, but shouldn't find too many kills, I believe.
He has to take care that his precious horses will not get killed by the archers now.
Oh, loses one.
Wow.
Gets out of there alive. 4 villager difference now after both players reach castle age. A ram being added. Don't really see a ram breaking this too easily.
I mean, it's against a mass of archers again, so wouldn't also mangonels be again useful here?
On a high level, no, because players are so good at maximizing the range difference. Because Britons get 8 range on their crossbow, Mangonels only have 7 range. But I think in this one we have seen Nectarie to not 100% focus at all times. So I think Mangonel should be the right choice, yeah.
Milian house again.
And he has a lot of upgrades on his CA, only missing one more TCs from Nectarie, exactly what we wanted to see. And that's a scary flock of crossbows. Drops the defensive castle now.
In the front. Not on the hill. Why did he not build it on the hill?
Ah, it is actually on the hill. As long as you have one tile on a hill, the hill bonus will apply to your building.
That's interesting. Also, learned something new.
Make sure that you don't run out of ink.
No worries. I have a couple of Kugelschreiber pens here.
Okay.
Gotta be well prepared when casting with Nili. And the rams.
Rams now attacking.
Are they attacking the archers? Was that a misclick maybe?
Well, you want to have the ram at the front because Crossbowmen don't do any real damage against Battering Ram, so it's more of a buffer, but Nectarie knew about that, ran around, did get a lot of kills in the CA.
Okay.
And just think about it, like 2 minutes ago the KD was 1-1, now nice leads here for Nectarie.
Come on, Milian. That's your home map. You gotta have some sneaky strategies here. What would you do now if you were in Milian's position, Nili? What would be your decision at that point?
I like that he built the university. Probably ballistic is an option. Against Britons, this is really tough, right? Because Britons are shining so much at this point. I think just play skirmishers and try to play a very long game. Ram attack, Hazard attack, make it painful mobility-wise for the Briton player. But I would say the next 10 minutes is the time where Britons dominate the game.
Okay, so you would also, if you cannot harass with other units or mobile units, you would wait maybe a little bit longer?
Yeah, he has to drag this game out. Milian, he can't attack, and that's why every single ram he builds is actually wasted resources at the moment.
Maybe he should also then try again to get to Imperial, because I'm pretty sure the Nectarie is already about to think about Imperial.
Yeah, he is about to think soon to click up maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's still
Thinking.
away, but last time he was the faster one, building the university.
Okay, Milian now runs around and tries to find some kills there. Let's take a look how much important Nectarie's decision making is here and when he sees it.
He can do quite some damage.
Oh, can he though? He doesn't have ballistic. That hurts so much. Not a single villager died there.
Oh, he could have done so much damage there. He has a university.
Didn't click ballistic there apparently, and now we see ballistic on Nectarie's side, who is trying to find some damage on the other side now, and that's only one layer of palisades. I think he can easily break this one.
I mean, now Milian also has a little open spot at the bottom with the third TC. Is it the third or the second? The third, yes. But Milian does not know that yet.
Nectarie dives in deep, and that even looks like another hole. He just opened the front.
No.
Oh god. So many villagers going down. Difference now at 25. Counter attack at the right hand side is stopped as well. The crossbowmen simply having so much more range than the CA.
Yeah, probably Milian is also not taking care now. Those guys. The tower
Nectarie
cannot do much.
70 population lead now. Yeah, some crossbows are getting killed, but still triple the military count. Solid, close to 40 villages ahead now. Massive amount of either villagers forced here by Milian as well. Nectarie is deep in the painful areas of Milian here.
That hurts. That really hurts badly. Does Milian have more TCs now, or still just one?
Still just one TC, and villagers exposed at the gold somewhat. TC is still shooting.
Oh. That has to be the GG. It looks a little bit like it, because it does not look like he can defend here against this mass of archers.
I think even if I tap with Milian now, I'm not sure if I can win this game from this position. Like, Nectarie is playing so solid here. 3TC is still running, so many crossbowmen. He's very active, and Milian's eco just looks in shambles.
He should send those villagers maybe to build a new TC if he has the resources. I don't know about that.
Still no stone.
No stone.
And now you can see the beauty of Briton crossbows, out microing the Scorpion there as well. And, well, maybe Milian thinks, okay, I'm in pretty soon and maybe I can get the tech advantage that way. But that will only last for 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Nectarie is always also over halfway to Imperial. He lost so many villagers. It's the double villager count now for Nectarie. He's sending the villagers now somewhere else, trying to rescue something. I'm pretty sure he's he has a thought now that this is the last game, and if he loses that, the tourney will be over for him.
No.
For trying desperately.
I know that feeling so much, and I always say on my stream like, yeah, if it wasn't a tournament game, I'd resign now, and then like it's 3-4 more minutes of pain, and then in the end you just come to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
Milian still expanding quite heavily. Sends villages to the bottom, sends villages to the top. Still adds his gold, but where is his farming economy?
It's hard, I think, from this point. Like, his normal base is pretty much dead at the moment, and he still only has this one TC. That's...
Milian even joining the chat here said that, yeah, that one hurt a bit. Continued to play here till the end, and well, Crossmen are pretty low on HP here, but well, soon Arbalest, an Imp of Britons with Bracer, you can't contest that if you don't have high-tech units yourself.
And the resources are out. Nectarie could kill every villager coming out of the TC.
Now producing some traps to clear up the forward, more Arbalest being produced. Maybe now the final fight against the Arbalest here, the CA. Are they willing to take this one? Seems like it. Now Nectarie is turning back and taking the fight. Nice little advantage here by Milian, realizing, okay, Tatars can maybe carry this one, but the number's not in his favor.
Oh no, and now the horses are just standing there doing nothing. Oh, 3 horses got killed from the cast archers. I don't know if you were watching that fight. With doing nothing.
Yeah. Maybe he was on stand ground there, didn't really work out too well for him. Still a massive amount of Arbalest production behind this. And, well, 70 population lead here for Nectarie. Still so many Arbalest on the field. He just keeps on producing.
Building a forward castle now? Yeah, nah, not really forward, but more far in the front. Milian, normally you're not allowed to come to the chat until we finish casting the game. Just as a side note. We basically would not have known. I mean, it looks GG, but we would have not have known. Knights are clearing up the Rams there. And well played by Nectarie, and I'm worried for the person Nectarie faces next. Yes. This will be Nico, but he's also a very good player. So I think the semifinalists, they will deliver very exciting matches. They are already above their elo, the starting elo that the match was opened at the beginning, and it will go down. GG's, both of you, Milian and Nectarie, very nice matches. Thanks for playing, and thank you, Nili, for casting with me. Maybe we can finish up a little bit and wrap up the game. So I was wondering why Milian picked the map. I'm personally not a big fan of it, right? Because Ghost Lake plays so similar to Arabia, and if you lose Arabia, you either have like two thought process. Either, okay, I had bad luck in game 1. I'm normally the stronger player when it comes to pure 1v1 skill. That's why I picked Ghost Lake. Or he was simply lacking alternatives, and that's not great preparation. Yeah, I don't know now. I could have a look at the bans. Maybe in Nectarie, maybe Milian practice another map, and Nectarie banned exactly that one. Could be a point there. It was 4 lakes. No, wait. Milian banned Mayans and Team Islands. Nectarie banned Saracens and 4 lakes. So maybe, who knows, Milian was hoping for 4 lakes and then that didn't happen.
Saracen ban is interesting. Okay. Nectarie did Nectarie ban Saracens?
Yes, Nectarie banned Saracens.
Interesting. My
Why
man. Okay.
Why do you think that's interesting, Nili?
That's a civilization that is rarely played on lower levels. And like rarely played to the full strength with the market bonus, with the building attack bonus of the archers. So I'm interested that he was scared by that civilization.
I don't know if Milian maybe practiced it. It's okay, Milian, don't worry. That one I prepared in my practice games. I won with Tatars, with Britons. Versus Britain. Okay.
Yeah.
I picked Saracen's first game last round. Okay, and maybe that's why.
Okay. There's some backstory.
Yeah. So Nectarie was afraid that Saracen is a strong civilization from Milian. And then banned them away. Scared of the Tati Rush.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's take a look at the statistics, I would say.
Have a look, yeah. Okay. Well,
again, the big story, largest army, 62 to 23. Nectarie just does a really good job at keeping those archery ranges running.
Yeah, we've seen that in the game before. So I think the second game was very similar to the first game.
Yeah.
Besides that, there was less mangonel gameplay. But, yeah.
Yeah, Nectarie sitting back at home, going for archers, and Milian getting up earlier to castle. It's tried to pressure with some siege, but Nectarie always with solid defenses.
Villager high, also quite a difference. Milian getting not more TCs up because he was building that tower, which did cost him the stone. What would you think was the decisive point in this match? The decision point that maybe Milian made?
I think Milian could have used his 4 scouts to just patrol around the base of Nectarie. And then the archers can never move out. Then Milian never needs to build a defensive tower, can go for the boom, and actually can play the long run, right? Because then he can play 3 TCs against 3 TCs, can go for mangonels, CA, can use mobility, and then it gets tricky for the Briton player because how can he really move out? But this one was just Nectarie going over to the other map and delivering the pain.
Yeah, true. He had the time to send them out. He was not really, scouted by Milian, and then made his way into the base and killing pretty much all economy from Milian, and that was it. All right. Okay. Unfortunately, not 3 games. I would have loved to cast 3 games with you, Nili. But that's fine, as we will have the chance again tomorrow.
Indeed.
Yeah, and also props to you, Nili. We got a lot of positive feedback in the chat here. I want to do another shout out at this point. So if there's someone in this chat who is not yet following Nili, click that link and hit that follow button, guys. I tell you, that's a must do. He's a great person, and yeah, you did a very great job on casting, very positive. I liked it a lot. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow's game. Who are we casting tomorrow?
So, tomorrow we will have Cherryman versus Shazlong. Shazlong was also watching in the chat today. I don't know about Cherryman, but they both delivered great games in beforehand, and it looked really promising. I think they can be also very much head-to-head, and I really hope for 3 games. Okay. I think they both were, compared to their matchup, they were much stronger. So,
okay.
Yeah, in the quarterfinals, they showed very strong, much stronger gameplays towards their opponents. So I already hoped that they would face each other at some point.
Okay, excited for tomorrow then. I hope you will have a wonderful stream.
Thank you, Nili. Thank you so much. And I wish you a great evening. So shout out again to Nili. Everyone spread some love in the chat for Nili for casting with me today. I loved it. It was a pleasure. And then, yeah, see you tomorrow. Or hear you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye-bye.